John McKeag here, back from travels, and here I am. This is the business crash course this Monday. It's noon, and we do this every Monday at noon. Yay. So, business people or anyone else, you come on here, they're like, okay, I'm trying to understand what's going on, I have questions. And, well, we're at school. And, okay, let's get into this. Here we go. I meant to get that on. There we go. So this is the business crash course, all right? Liberty Aid Academy, libertyaidacademy.org. And I've been around doing this work for, wow, over a decade now. Amazing. With proof on YouTube, you go look it up. And yeah, it's all proven, nothing untrue here. And so the business crash course, what are we crashing into there? What are we crashing? We're crashing, guess what? A lot of happy news, just a long list. You can use a trust instead of whatever business you're using now, a nonprofit, an LLC, a C Corp, S Corp, blah, blah, blah. Partnership, PLLC, da, 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 da. You got a list, right? A lot of stuff, a lot of choices. And did you know you could operate whatever business you have? You can, doesn't matter, you whatever it is, okay? However you're doing business in the private, in the public, in the blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Any business, okay, can be immediately IRS tax free and reporting free. Never have to fill out a form for the IRS again, and never have to pay them a penny for every single business in the United States that we only sell to the United States. Yay. We're a school, and we only allow students from the United States, not anywhere else, okay? Because this information works in the United States. It works elsewhere too, but we focus on the country we're familiar with, and this is where I have the expertise for a decade, right? I'm the one with the 40 years of business experience. All this information is copyrighted, and all my proof has been out there for a decade, as well as my MBA and my master's in accounting and undergraduate in business and finance. So I'm degreed, I got the experience, and I got the proof of videos for a decade. In other words, what I'm about to, tell you and how you could change your business to tax-free 100% for the rest of your life is totally legal and proven. And, sad to say, you've been missing out on this up until now. So you need to, end using a taxable business entity and start using a non-taxable entity. This trust, as soon as you open the bank account, as long as money flows through it, you don't have to report anything. Any of your business actions, any of your personal, doesn't matter. You don't report as long as the money goes through this trust account. It's very simple. So the main object immediately is to open up the trust account. Yay, got it open. Okay, now the money's going through there. Yay. All right, so let's go into this. Let's explain this to you. It's super easy to do. My talking about it is actually, today going to probably take as long as it would to open a trust account, right? You have to do your studies. Let's say, oh, okay, could I do it this week? Yeah, you could do it this week. You could get this information this week, open up your trust this week, and your business could become tax-free for the rest of forever this week. Okay, immediately. It can really do it super fast, okay? And you can bank where you bank. Your business isn't going to change. Your interaction with your clients isn't going to change. None of that. None of that's going to change. This is simply changing your bank account. That's it. And we'll get into the details of that, but it's really easy. Doing this can happen almost immediately, extremely quickly, within days at your current bank. And nothing changes on the front end of your business. It's so easy. Let's get into it. What is Liberty Aid Academy? Good question. Liberty Aid Academy teaches our students to radically improve their lifestyle with legal, easy-to-use financial methods, not widely known, but proven by testimonials to work for all of our students. Our courses all use copyrighted, unique material only used at our school. All our students' testimonials have a notarized affidavit proving their outcomes, and testimonials are 100% real by real people just like you. Yeah, you can't use affidavits in public unless they're, real. Your platform shuts you down, our back end platform would shut us down. Sure. Good. Okay. Everybody can hear me. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm going to shrink me down for this part here. I'll just get out of your way so you can see what this is. That's very shrinky, isn't it? Okay. So these are the courses you want to get at the school. You start with the Trust 101. This is a copyrighted trust. I created this. I showed the proof for years. It works. Everything's fine. But you get in that course. You open up your trust. Then the next thing you probably want to do is Business Finance 101, which teaches you how to build credit for your trust. All kinds of credit. Credit cards. Just every kind of credit you can get. It teaches you how to get it for your trust. And then we don't have Patreon anymore, but it's on the website now. The mentor program teaches you how to use it, except for building credit for the trust, how to use the trust in every single way. How to get all the free stuff, how to get all the exemptions, all that. That's in the mentor program, and the inner circle has all the spiritual technology in it. So, isn't that great? And when you get in your student access. Okay, you're a student now. Yay! Congratulations. You're going to find out all the hidden information about finances and etc. that works perfectly for everybody. 100% of our students are successful, okay? If you have any questions, thoughts, or whatever, just throw it in the chat. I'm here to help you. Anything. Okay. So on the right, as you're looking at this, right, this is what your login looks like. On the right is, that's all my courses. Click. And then in the center there, it's the FAQ. We have students come in, and it's just like, let's get you oriented to your situation here. Here's what you do. That's right there. And the community forum is now called the Classroom, and that is all students of this school and myself in a private forum. And it is fabulous. It has turned into such a great tool for learning, and that's not just from me. It's from everyone that's doing this work. It's because people are in different states and areas doing different things than I am with this trust, and so they're able to make some progress, say in California or Texas, someplace where I wouldn't be doing a certain thing. But, I've done it in Florida because I'm in Florida, but, they're doing something maybe I haven't done in that state and so on. And there's just so much information in there. That's just really turned out to be great. In fact, so great, I no longer commit people to having to get my consultation time in these courses because that classroom thing is working out so well, which has made our courses much more discounted, which is great. Because my time isn't required for everyone one-on-one. You can still get it, and it still comes in the McCagg Mastery Trust, and I'll go over that in a minute. But, it's not required. Everyone's successful, and it's not that difficult. And questions are really easy to answer a lot of that question in that classroom area because you can share links and forms and photos and just any question. It's great. It really is. And there's no filter between you and me. So I'm in there answering your questions directly. All right, so how do you do this? You're a business, and it's like, what's going on? What do you mean tax-free for any business? Yeah. You get automatic 501c3 status, okay? And it's a tax-exempt status, and it's a non-reporting status immediately when you get the EIN. That is the application when you get the EIN. Yes, been working perfectly for years. So the 501c3 status can never be removed, can never be yanked or anything like that the way others can. And there's no, it takes this long to be a tax-exempt entity. No, you don't have any of that. It's immediate. And if you have any other tax exemptions that you want, say a state sales tax or something, you apply for that because this is a 501c3 organization. So as far as changing over your business to be a tax-free business, how hard is it? It's really easy, okay? I'm going to go through the whole process right now. It's so simple, you're not going to believe it. All you do is open a trust account at your bank. I recommend having another bank too, just because that's good business practices, you know? Uh, well, let me make it so you can see this better. Okay, whoops. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, it's fine. All right. Uh, so it's really, all you do is open up a trust bank account, okay? That's it. And then, however you get money into that for your business, you just change that out to the name of the trust. Say, oh, I use, I don't know, Stripe. Okay, you need a Stripe account for the trust. That's all, and the bank account. Then you just connect that to your business. That's all. Oh, I get paid by PayPal. Okay, well, you use a PayPal. Okay, that's we're on number two, right? You open a trust, so you apply for Trust Payment Gateway. All right. So, and that's no problem. And that happens. And then for people, I've had a few clients who are like, oh, I get paid by check. My business get paid by check. Okay, so on the invoice, it'll just have a new, make payment to da 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 trust, whatever you name your trust. Okay? And that's it. And then you go put the money through the trust account, and your business is tax free. That's all it takes. Isn't this crazy that they haven't been telling you about this? Well, think of how much money they would lose if everybody knew about this. This is what the wealthy elite are doing. This is what they've been doing. This is what they'll always do. You just weren't told about it because you're not one of them, right? You're not. It's a big club, and you're not in it. As what that comedian says. Um, so, okay, we've got testimonials. You got to go check them out because we're the only school really that has testimonials. You know, yeah, you gotta go see everybody. I work with John McCaig, Jack McCaig, that's me, and Liberty Aid, that's us, and this is what I did. You got to go check it out. You really have to. It's just absolutely, utterly amazing. These are lifted quotes from the testimonials. George, I told everybody I know about this. From my experiences, most people don't have the spiritual and mental capacity to do anything out of the norm. You know what, George? That's a big problem that I'm looking to solve here soon. And I couldn't agree with you more. It's been really just showing proof for a decade, and this is only for people with eyes to see and ears to hear. It's true. It's true. It's true. Isn't that the truth? But see, something's gonna break here soon. Yeah, George, something's gonna break here. I'm moving my. I'm not doing it today, okay? But I'm gonna start this process soon. I'm gonna move my spiritual work elsewhere, over to another, Christian trust, okay? And all that banned information that I've had banned is going to go over there because first I wanted to tell people about, oh, you can't tell anybody. You got to be in a school or else you're going to get shut down for, not telling the truth. Or, okay, I'm a school, so I can tell it at the school. Okay. But now that stuff is information that's, not exactly perfectly linked to only being finances stuff. That's like spiritual information, spiritual technology. That's about God. That's about this. Okay. So I'm going to move that so that I can say truth I can't say here. Because I don't want to shut down the school. Everything's going fine. Everyone's successful for a decade. No problems, zero problems for everyone. But that spiritual information I'm going to move because of what George said, actually. Without signs and wonders, without miracles, nah, they're not going to move. They're not going to move. Only a few couple people are going to see that this is true. And let's just face it, I pretty much got most of those people, I may trickle along and get some more and so on. And that's why and I will. And this website will stay open. This will always be here. This will always be true. It'll always work 100% of the time for everyone. It'll always be great. But the work that I'm doing here now, I'm going to donate 100% to Christian Ministries Trust, and I'm going to work on the issue that George has spoken about. because I know who I am in the spiritual hierarchy, and other people need to know, and they can't know from knowledge. Okay, they need to hear from knowledge and experience something outside the norm. Oh, that doesn't make sense, so it's called a miracle. You know what I mean? No, it's just uh, you didn't think there was a God, and now you see, uh-oh, there is one. So I better change my ways. You see? So, because unless who else could get to do that, first of all? And, and tell the truth, because I've never heard the truth spoken by any preacher ever. Not the information I've known and I've shared. I've never once heard it spoken or acted upon. So there's a missing gap of information, like George says. So I'm going to move that over. All right. And so be looking for that in the next couple months. And that'll be, a change that needs to happen in order to get that information not censored anymore. So I'll put it, it's a church. How can you censor God? Freedom of speech and freedom of religion combined. You see, they don't want to go up against that, and if they do, well, let's go. You see, so it needs to move over there and do that with that kind of thought and authority, so that the school just remains open and the financial stuff is a piece of cake, as it's always been, just a walk in the park, really. And then you get all this free money, right? Here's the thing: you don't give the government any more money, and they give you a bunch of money. That's the change. And you don't need an accountant anymore. I'm an accountant that makes, I'm a accountant sellout. You don't need this anymore. And everybody, all the other guys are like, what? Yeah, you don't. All you need is this information. And then what? You don't fill out IRS forms ever again. No. You don't pay taxes, you don't fill out forms. That's it. You just run your money through your bank account and do as you please. That's all you do. End of accounting, end of taxing, blah, blah, blah. Gone are those days, and they've been gone for a long time. It's just, if you're just hearing about it on this, I'm happy you're hearing about it, but you need to start immediately, because this has been around for a while. I've been showing people for a long time. So, George, I just want to handle what you kind of brought up there, and I'm doing something about that. James Way, wondering what happens to the trust account money if banks close during a recession. I know we would have bigger problems than losing the account. Uh, what a question. Here's what happens, and this is, all figured out by law and banking and so on, right? First of all, let's just, James White, let's just back up way back for a second. How could an organization that prints money, literally just prints it out of thin air or makes it up electronically and all that stuff, you know what I mean? How could they run out of money? it's 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 impossible. It's impossible. So, they have to do, what do they call those things? Black flag events, psyops, those kind of things to make us concerned and nervous and stuff like, oh my God, you might shut a bank. Well, if a bank shuts, what happens? Another bank buys it. They open it up. It's got a new logo on the window. It's like, okay, and here's all your money. They never take the money. You know what I'm saying? If you think, for example, the Great Recession happened and people lost their money in banks and stuff, you know nothing. You know zero. History's fake, and you should get in the inner circle and hear about that. That's the spiritual work that I need to work on. That just people are misinformed because they're programmed to this information. None of it's true. And so I share the truth, because the truth sets you free. You thinking reality is one thing, and once you find out it's another, it's like, okay, I'm going to change and do other things. You see, you didn't know, but then you knew, then you changed. That's it. So there will never be uh, a bank closing issue when they take the money and don't give it back. That'll never happen. When I was, and I learned this in my, it might have been before I was a teenager. I learned this actually by experience. So it's a good question. it was the 1970s, early 70s, and there was this thing called the savings and loan crisis. Maybe I was a teenager. It was right around I was 12 or 13. I forgot. But I was delivering newspapers, right, for the Washington Post in my mornings before going to Catholic school, and they would pay me in a check, and I go cash it. Sometimes they pay me a check or whatever. Sometimes it was cash, but I have to put my money somewhere. So, you're supposed to put it in a bank. So I went to, there was a bank that actually I drove my bicycle past away from my house to where I delivered newspaper in this apartment building. So I was like, I can start a bank there. It sounds, an account there. Friendship, savings, and loan. Doesn't this sound wonderful? I was like, oh, I'll go here. Well, they went out of business in a recession, like you said, but Chase bought them, and that was that. Got my money back. It was shut for a little while. I was like, "What? You're not giving? I can't go in and get my money. It's my money." And it took them like a week or two to open its doors again and give out money. So this is why I recommend having two banks as a minimum to have your trust, because there can be an issue. I don't think that issue is going to come up. I think it won't, but I think that was the only time in our age when that will happen. But I don't think it's going to happen. But once in a while, another bank can have a problem. So you're going to get your money, but where are you going to put it? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say when you open up a trust account, open where you bank. But then I make other recommendations that open trust accounts. Okay, bank at a second bank with your trust. Just it's a backup. It's a good strategy for any banking, whatever kind of bank account you have. Don't have just one bank. For what James already brought up, but it's not exactly your concern. They are trust accounts just for general, psyop information. They're gonna play black flag event and play black flag events at banks, pretending that the banks are in control of everything, because that's what they do to program you. And they've always done it. They'll always do it. The script never changes. Nothing new under the sun. So it will happen, and that's that. So think of it that way. You see what I'm saying? James Wade, I think that's the proper way to think about that one. All right? Good question. Thank you. Thank you, seriously. Thank you for sharing. Connie, there is a God, and let's do it his way. Powerful. Exactly. Of course. Of course. What came first, the chicken or the egg? That's my question for everyone. What came first, the chicken or the egg? And you're like, it's a trick question. Come on, the answer is God came first. Obviously, how could there be chicken and egg next? It's like, wait, this had to all start. Pop. Yeah, it did. Obviously, just from the things that are here. I don't think they built no cathedrals with a horse and a wagon, or harbors with a horse and a wagon. No, 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 no. Pop. The background. Powie. Anyway, yeah, the starting date is important. You can get this information in the inner circle work, but the end date is always the same, and it's coming up. Would you like to know Judgment Day? I do, and I share it. So that's the inner circle. That's God's way. Everything we have and do belongs to Him. Exactly, Connie. What is there? There's something in the Bible about that. It says, "Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's." What in the world would possibly be Caesar's? Not one single thing. Nothing. Zero. Exactly, Connie. And nothing is ours, right? Everything is God's. So this trust, we entrust it all to God, and we're just trustee. We can do whatever we want with the money, because God trusts us. Thank you. Yay. Hooray. But that's right. We are not taking part in the satanic way. That's true too, right? No more we, me, 33, the devil. That's right. We're not doing that anymore. And guess what? You don't have to pay taxes, and you don't have to report, and the government gives you money, and you give them zero money. Hooray. What a great switch change and so on. Can you do it the way that Connie is saying? Yes. That's, the way a church does it. But there's also any other, non-churches, so on, can also do this tax method. It's legal. So it's legal for anyone. So, yes. But you're right, Connie, 100%. Jay's way, agree. I know of the fake history. Thanks. Excellent. Excellent. So, see, that's it. But just, that's a way to rearrange your thinking, James Way, so that, think along with what really happening and you realize, oh, okay. You realize the nature of the beast you're up against is just a cycle with. Nothing ever changes. So, and you look at their behavior and you realize those are the only behaviors they know, so those are the behaviors they do. And that's it. Good. All right, Connie. Yes, yes. Thank you. Excellent input, people. Thank you. So, these testimonials, you have to go check it out because no other place has these testimonials like us. Not any other school, right? Not any other, oh, Yale, no, they don't have testimonials from their students. This works for 100% of our students. 100% of students that go to Yale have a great outcome, get all their money back they put into Yale and stuff like that. No way. No, but everyone here does. You put in a little donation to get this course information, then from there on out, it's just bottom line for you, right? You can pay back your coursework in the first year. But then after that, it's just, the more you do with this trust, the more you get paid back money. It's great. It's so easy. It's wonderful. And if you want to hear more about that, we come on the Trust Crash courses on YouTube Live here, okay? We do that Thursdays at 7. This is Monday at noon. Let's get into the testimonials. Check this out on our website. Also on our YouTube channel, we have, dozens and dozens more testimonials. Dee Dee says, and these are quotes taken from the testimonial. That's all. These are their words. Go watch and see. These are only their words, not our words. And I love them. Dee Dee, you saved my life. Even though it doesn't look like much has changed, everything has changed. Isn't that great? Because you're not reporting, you're not paying taxes. There's no paperwork trail. It's just, you're just using your debit card and that's it. It's invisible, right? Your life is going along smoothly, but you don't have to, you cut out the overlord. It's like, yay. Greg, Liberty Aid Academy's support has been vital in the creation of this trust. Any questions or concerns he has heard? The whole community has been a big support. The proverbial weight or fear has been lifted and will be continued with all of John's work. Great. Hooray! And he did. And it's wonderful. Right now is really a great time to get into this because we've had some changes in the school. Oh, just super positive. You may not know we're successful, but boy, are we 100% successful. We really are. So successful, in fact. When I started doing this years ago, I had to build as much course material and so on. And so it was kind of having to sit with people and give them consult time, and they had questions, and I'd, sit down on Zoom and I'd answer all their questions. They go, oh, okay, that's it, I get it, Because that made everyone just cross the line, everybody's successful and so on. So I was like, let's just put my time in with everyone. But now, with this online forum, the classroom where all students could get in, ask great questions and so on, a lot of students don't need my time. They just don't need it, for anything, really. So what we're able to do is knock down the course price from not having my time in it. It's really great. Dee Dee, yeah, yes, I said that. It's still true. Dee Dee, I love you, Dee Dee. You're so great. Dee Dee is doing such good work, and I'm always with these great students that are just doing this work for years and years. It's great to get their feedback and so on, like in the online forum and everything. It's just great to get these, these aren't truth seekers anymore. They were seeking the truth, right? Then they found it. So these are people that have the truth and act in the truth every day, all day. And the information that they have now is like the information I have plus their own experience, And they are really, it's hard to describe how great some of these people are at doing this work. Dee Dee's one of them. She's really great at this. She never quits, and she always is moving forward. It's amazing to see some people that just, take the truth to heart as much as I have and move forward. It's amazing. She's one of them. Right now, because the school has had a great change lately. This online forum we're calling the classroom, which is it's not like Facebook. It's not a public forum. It's just on our website. It's just students. It's just at the school. Has no outside connection. There's no way anyone can get this information. No, it's just for students. And so students have a question or an outcome or, hey, an experience. I did this. God, can you believe it? Did you know they're doing this now? And they show what they've done and can be done with the trust or whatever. It's just so great. So it's just made it so my time hasn't been needed in these courses, which has meant we have brought, I mean, yes, you could get our courses at the school a la carte, meaning one by one. And always start with the trust first, okay? One by one. You can start with the trust, so you can do the other courses. Great. Or now, you could get them all super discounted at one time. Now, why would I do this? The reason is because, like I was saying, my support time directly one-on-one with people is just not as needed. The information, the coursework is built, it really works for people, and this interaction online is just makes it so easy because it'll be like, yeah, but I have this question on this form. Well, I post the form, and it's that box, and what did you see this? It's just so easy to exchange information, but not only between, it is great because the thing about a classroom is there's more than one student, so there are some, people that are really super knowledgeable on certain things and super learning on other things. And so you get everybody's input into, whatever someone's brought up. So, I'm able to cure like, oh, people are kind of new to this, whatever the topic is, like clear up the basics of that for everyone, not just whoever brought this into the forum. And then the really knowledgeable students, some of them can know more than me on certain issues because, like I said, some things are like, oh, this is going on in Texas or this is going on in Michigan. And so they're working on a particular state issue that someone else may have gone through the whole thing. And I'm not in that state. Why would I have done it, you see? So it's great to get, oh, hey, I just did that. You know what you got to do? You got to fill in this and that box. This is why. Everybody's helping one another. In other words, it makes everyone's progress easier, not just an individual's, but everyone's progress is so great because that forum, it comes with all your courses now. Any course, it comes with it. So you jump in there, you get all that information. So the lack of need of my time has just made it so, look, I'm going to bundle all the information in a super discounted way, better than 50% off. What is this, like 60 some percent off? And you get all the courses, first open the trust, but you get all the information. And no one, is such a good discount. No one's thinking, well, I may not need this or that. Now, you actually need all this information. And if you can start a la carte, sure, but actually, they do take payments on this platform we have here on the website. So pretty much anyone can get into this at this super discounted price. And that's what I'd really like people to do is get all the information because you may not think you need this other information, but if you go through it step by step the way we have it set up, you realize, oh, this is 100% relevant, all of it. You see, even on the financial end, even the thing you don't think is relevant, it is, and it will. So getting this all together, that's my recommendation. I recommend it heavily by making it super discounted. You follow? So that everyone, I know everyone's able to get into this information. If you got to do payments, whatever, that's fine. We can do that. And then everyone has this from the jump, everything. You may be thinking, well, I'm just a business guy. I want to get, the trust. I open it, connect the business. Sure, you could do that. Yeah, great. And then you go, oh, it worked. And then, yeah, get the rest of the courses one by one. That's fine. Or go check out all the testimonials, realize this is all true. It always is, never going to be a problem and get it at a discount. So either way, I'm just trying to make sure that nobody's doesn't have information they require, because my goal is your success. And if you don't have certain parts of the information, you won't be as successful. My goal for every student is 100% success. That's all. Information you can't get elsewhere. This is all copyrighted. So once you get it, you'll have it. You'll never need it again, and no one's going to get over you on you ever again. It'll be great. Uh, George, the Smith-Mundt Authorization Act of 2012 authorized the U.S. government to do unlimited propagandization of the American public using media. Yes. Uh, I think they could, not TV, they should call it, since you can't say transvestite or any other thing like that now, or else your video or whatever mysteriously goes down, right? So maybe reverso TV, but that's what it is. It's the word I can't say. It's vision. Every single famous person. Oh, it's just so. I hate to say it out loud, really, because it's just so. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. It's just, I don't know. It's incredibly horrible. What they do to get fame. They have to switch their gender appearance, right? You can't switch your bones. Your, you can't switch the insides of you, but you can switch your appearance if you take certain hormones and have certain operations and blah, blah, blah. And people look into that and they're like, oh my God, you know? But I'll share something else no one has shared yet. Not, I've never seen it shared, not one time. But this whole thing, yeah, they pluck out an eye and have a glass eye. Everyone famous, every single one of them. Yeah, they give it up. They give it up for fame. Can you imagine being so having such a low opinion of yourself that you need everybody else telling you all the time, you're so great, you're famous, you're taking your picture. Can you imagine what low self-worth you would have to go through what I just told you to get people to pat you on the back? And, you know, ugh. Can you even imagine that? No, I can't either. No, I would never, 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 never. But and neither would you. So we have these financial hacks. You follow me? But once you find out the truth of what they're up to, you're like, what is that? Gag me with a spoon, they used to say, or whatever. You just, you just nothing. I want nothing from you. But we have to protect our family and our finances and so on. And if we are, and we have to serve. I'm still helping people, right? If you sell your soul, you're like, hey, I don't have to work anymore. Yeah, but if you don't, you have to help people. And whatever kind of business you're in, would it be great if you could immediately add to your bottom line super simply by what? Not reporting anymore to the IRS. It's legal, it works for everyone, so you save all that time. And some of that time is not just your own, right? You're paying for an accountant, their expertise, and that's expensive time. So you're like, okay, I cut out my time and the need for that professional added to your bottom line in time and money right there. And then, boom, what's the other money, right? Don't have to pay the IRS. So there's nothing else you could actually do for your business that will generate such a boon to your bottom line as getting this trust, opening it, and so on. Not one other thing in business you could do. There isn't. Because this pays back forever, you see? Nothing else you could do that. Nothing. Everything else in business is just a risk. Maybe this will happen. No, but with this trust, this will happen. You don't pay the IRS taxes. You don't report forever. That's it. Okay? It's a complete solution forever. Time and money back in your pocket, bottom line, immediately. Nothing else does that for business people. Not one other thing. George, since this occurred, there have been all these mass shootings and terrorist events, right? The propaganda nonsense that never happened. Pretty much every single one is apparently contrived. No, every single one, not pretty much. Every single one. Try explaining that to your neighbor, right? Like, it's just, right? It's just like, do you know that thing you're addicted to doesn't say anything true? Your light box, the Lord of Light, LOL, right? Do you know that thing is your altar and it doesn't say anything truthful? They're like, what? But that, I worship that. 8 hours a day or whatever. What are you talking about? Those are my friends and family in the light box. Exactly, George. And that's why I'm saying back to the spiritual thing. That's why I have to go out there amongst them and do this. And so I will be doing it because, they're stuck up on that TV. I'm like, no, come on over and watch the miracles. You don't have miracle TV. No, no, no. I'm only preaching to the choir. No, you're true. I can't open people's eyes. Only the Creator could do that. I'm truly worn out preaching to blind people. And that's why I'm going to be doing what I'm doing next, George, because it's not about me coming up next. No, I'm going to make a downline. Anybody who wants to do this under the Great Commission, I shall be the one doing the Great Commission and adding anyone to it. Yes, it's going to be good. The changes will happen. I gave all the knowledge, I gave all this experience for 10 years. Now it's, time to go out and do some other things and still do this. But do some other things too. Just separate a couple things. I know about the fame thing, Creepy James Way, right? But I bet you didn't know about the eye pluck out, did ya? No, that's a recent thing I came out with. Anyone could Google, George, anyone could Google, it's legal for the government to manipulate the media using propaganda. Exactly. And the truth comes right up. Isn't that true? Very true, George. Yes. Well, you see, their business. It got WeTrust/USA Inc. Go look it up on Dun & Bradstreet in Pennsylvania right now. / in registration at Secretary of State in Pennsylvania like that. / connotes DBA. A DBA is doing business as, which is a business terminology for having two names for a business and still operating under two separate names at the same time. Okay? It got WeTrust and USA Inc. They operate under both of those names. You see it on the dollar. You can't use the word bank or trust at the end of anything in any kind of media, whether it be, in print, on TV, on a billboard, anything. You can't use bank and trust unless it's a bank or a trust. Okay, that's the rules of every single state. And so it got WeTrust as a trust, so I just looked it up. Where did you sign that Declaration of Independence? What's that story? Oh, Philadelphia. So it's in Pennsylvania. That state. Yeah, there it is. There it is. It's a business. They're just marketing their business, James Way. No, I'm sorry, George. I say James. My bad. George, they're just marketing their business. That's all. They're just doing business. And they're in the slave business. They own your soul. So until you sign this trust, they're just in the slavery business. The bankers are. The bankers never sign a document, right? Proving every debt is collected illegally because you're the only signature to everything you sign in a bank. So you're the only one that can change your mortgage. They can't. What would be your first change you would make? Oh, hey, by the way, I don't owe you any money anymore, right? That's the law. And so you're the only one that signed. So, hey, I changed it to I owe you 0. Thanks anyway, but I don't want to owe you any more money. That's the law. That is the law. Do they follow it? No, they don't. So, see, that's why this technology over in the inner circle is paramount to have as well. So you just don't know it. And plus, I need to get my, that debt information I was used to be able to have it under my name, that I used to be able to have under the school, which I can't anymore. Let's just say that might end up under a church. You get me? There's certain information that we need to have under a church umbrella, so it's not like, you can get shut down. No, a church can say anything it wants to say because of our belief in God. And so that's that. In Islam, banking is illegal. Did you know that? Yeah, they still a bunch of them do it, but that's against against the Quran. Banking is evil, and you're never supposed to do it. Period. Lending money is the epitome of evil. Period. No one should lend money, not ever. Right? Give to someone if they need it, and you have some to give, but never lend. Lending is just pure evil. That's all it is. The banks have enough. The government has enough. They have enough housing, right? What does the government provide? Nothing. They don't provide anything. I show you how to get every free everything from the government, right? You open up a trust, and then in the Metro program, you find out how to get every free dollar out of the government you could possibly get. Yes, but what are they really giving away for you? Are they giving free houses? They should. They got them for free. They giving free electricity? No, they should. They got it for free. Free water? No, they should. They got it for free. They got the systems for free. I mean, you know, they're just charging us for everything. So what do we need? What are they useful for? I don't get it. So in this way, uh, you open up a trust, business people. You don't pay them any money, and you go about your business. And then you could also get the mentor program and get, oh, they're going to pay me money. Yeah, okay, great. And so what would happen then? You will, how would nobody loves a government, right? So everyone dislikes the government. So your dislike of the government will grow slightly less, which is also an improvement. You will dislike government slightly less once you're paying them no money and they pay you money. It's the only way to dislike them slightly less that I have found. So that also happens in this pricing process. I like that. Uh, yeah, yeah, James Way about the eye, but they're all just so freaking. It's the basis of their religion, to do that. Oh, it's just so. I don't know what to say. Separating the wheat from the chaff. Like, I'm here to help anyone in the financial realm. No problem. The only people come is not them. They don't come. They already know all this stuff, but they already done what they done. They're never gonna choose the truth. You think when you get fame, everything's paid for. Everything. You don't pay anymore for anything. Even if you're one of the underling, even if you're under fame but still sold your soul, you still don't pay for anything. Okay, you got your 30 seconds of fame, yeah, but you got your rest of your lifetime paid for, too. Everything, paid for, everything. Uh, so they do that, too. So it's the fame, and they have to look like an idiot out there. Like hey, I did this stupid thing with my eye. Everybody's like, ugh. Oh, no, thank you. Yeah, but it's great. I'm famous. And everyone's like, ah. So they have to tell you. It's so creepy. On the bright side, the creator always leaves a way of escape. Yes. And there's no reason everybody in America doesn't have one of these trusts and other things they can do to free themselves. Exactly. Thank you, George. See, there's a silver lining here. I should call my school Silver Lining School, right? Hey, come on over, right? Uh, get your liberty. Open up the door of the cage and leave. Yay. Get your liberty. Hooray. Irish Lord, right? Yeah, that was a good one. George, yay. That's really a great way to say that, George. Thank you. Thank you for your input. That was really, no other words could say that better, right? So, see, God's shadow, the devil is real and our adversary, but, there's another path we could take besides the difficult path. Yay. George, I was watching a court case on TV today, and on the wall of the courtroom, all they had was a sign that says, "In God We Trust." Oh my God, that's so true. They do. And the last time I was physically in the courtroom, that's when I did my case. I just, I went to, remember on Facebook, I did Battle of the Death Cage Match, 15 court cases. Jesus, my God, Jesus Christ versus their God, we, the devil, right? Free, anyone can come. Battles of the Death, these are the dates posted on Facebook of the 15 court cases I started against the bankers, right? And we did the whole thing. And, they were going to throw me in jail, but the 4 armed bailiffs were frozen in the courtroom, solid, when I prayed God's name. And so courts and government and police and military are 100% powerless. I don't know if you've tried to be killed multiple times, but they can't touch me. Literally, physically can't touch me. Can't raise their gun, blah, blah, blah. I've been saying that for years. It's just obvious. But, the funny part came come at the end of that. After their, end of the court case, I'm like, No, they're like, they got me out of there. All this, like, okay, they asked me please not to come back politely, and I was like, fine, fine. And they're like, do you have any more questions? I was like, yeah. That ain't got We Trust seal above your head, right? My question was, who are the trustees of that trust? And the judge turns to the four bailiffs and says, get him. Just those words. Two, get him. It was so funny. I pray God's name they're frozen right. And then I leave, So that's what I want to know too. Hey, can you tell me about your ego? We trust. I'm kind of into trust. I just wanted to know why get so heated. I just ask a question. You gonna throw me in a cage because I ask a question about your giant seal on the wall of your courtroom, which everyone is forced to read? I can't ask a question. Why do you have that thing up on the wall? Exactly, George. In the scripture, usury is the equivalent of murder. It is. It's owning slaves. Usury is owning slaves. Banking is owning slaves. Human slaves. It's owning human slaves. I'd rather you murder me. Honestly, I would rather be murdered. I just would say that a slave that I am of the bankers. You cannot take your own life. You go to hell, but I would rather be murdered. I pray every day. I'm like, Jesus, can you please just get me out of here? Just send somebody by. This is my address. Have me killed today, please. Could you? It would be so wonderful. Please, I'm not into this whole usury thing. Exactly, George. And that's the way I feel about it. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll forgive him, actually. Send somebody to murder me. I'm like, you're forgiven. Boom. I'm dead. Hooray. I'd be stoked. Yay! I got my judgment before Judgment Day, which is coming soon. Coming soon. Get in the inner circle. Learn what the last date of time always is. People don't want to accept reality. It's so funny. And then it's like, every time they come see me, oh, I heard about you years ago. Then they see me now, they're like, oh my God, everything this dude says is true. Oh, yeah. And so they just don't want to hear it for a little while. They're like, oh, I got to process that last stuff, man. My head hurts. I have this one guy in India. I would talk to him. And he was the like the front desk guy at the Mayor Obama said. This one he would do the whole most of the time. He'd be talking to me because he has to be the front desk, so he's like, captive. Hi. You're like, oh. He's always rubbing his head like this, Ow. I'm like, what is your God? I'm just telling you about the stuff that's in the book right next to you there. What? Why are you going like this? I don't. What's with you? It's funny. But now I'm with you there, George. Man, you really you had a great input today, George. Thank you very much. So. Listen, if you need us, okay, let me put. If you need us, if you have any more, stuff on your mind, questions, what have you about this is where we are. It's best, because honestly, we just don't have the manpower to answer the phone. Sorry, but we don't. But we need a phone number to keep our payment gateway up and stuff. But email us, okay? I mean, we're a small little family-run little thing with me as the front guy and my copyrighted information. No one else has this information. No one else has been willing to test this and prove it over a decade. No one else has done it. So I'm the one doing it. This is the way you contact us. You see, if we have more people here manning the phones and stuff, what's going to happen is the price of this is going to go way up. Which, no, that's not cool with me. I just want to help, you, the regular people like me. This is what people can definitely afford to do this, and then it pays them back year after year after year. So that's why they're so stoked to make so many testimonials, because they're like, what? It's like winning the lottery, because it's every year you get back, All right. Get the discount, but if you need us, all right, this is how you get us to contact us. A lot of great input today. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. And I will be back here Thursday at 7 p.m. doing the trust crash course. Thursdays at 7, I'll be back here again. Business Crash Course Money at noon. I mean, I'm here every week, live twice a week. Here we go, month after month, year after year. I'm here. Okay, I've always been here. This is legal. This is not a problem. This is the law. This is, how would I be here every single week? This is why I go live. Not because I'm like, hey, look at me. Aren't I looking good? No, because you're like, this dude must go to jail at some point. No, this is legal. Every one of the students that does this, and they're successful, and there's no problem. The wealthy elite have been doing this your whole life. You just didn't know this. That's all. But now you know it. And so, are the wealthy elite going to make their financial life harder? No, never. Not ever. So you could always do this. Do you follow? It's always going to be legal. It's always going to be easy. It's always going to be a piece of cake because the wealthy elite are what? They're evil and lazy, right? They're lazy. So they're not going to make a harder process or anything. No. This is a piece of cake. Anybody could do it down at your bank. They're not going to change that. Okay? Not ever. No. It's easy. You could go either way. You could either go this way, not pay taxes and do all this, get free money and stuff, but you could also go to the bank and sell your soul, right? The devil sat next to me the first time I opened this first trust in Tucson, Arizona on 3/14/2016. Sat right next to me, right, Mr. Crowley, and asked if I would take $485 million to work for him. And the answer was no, I would not. I would not do that. By the way, billion? Are you kidding me? That's like an insult. Truly, for who I am, what are you talking about? M? Was that M? Is that a joke? I still wanted to think if it was a B or a T. I don't want your no. The answer's still no. So don't even bother coming up around again. I use this for joking purposes only. But no. So the bank is there, to sell one way or the other, and they're fine. They just open up an account, and that's what they are. They're just the middleman for whichever way you want to go. If you want the money, we have it. We'll just print more right now on the spot, or just put it in your bank account. Boom, done. So simple. Anyway. If this information about the other team and so on, what we're up against, our adversary is important to you, which obviously it is, that's the mentor stuff. But start with the trust. Everyone start with the trust. Get your money, your people, yourself safe. Literally, they don't ever get in trust accounts. Not ever. Everyone's successful, and you don't owe them taxes. Okay, you're out of my life. Yay, the divorce is final. Hooray! I want to finalize my divorce with the government. Well, this is how you do it. Hey, yay! Who tells you you've divorced? The bank, when you get your money in your own trust account, it's like, I got my divorce. Yes! Can't take my money out of my purse anymore. It's fine. Anyway, I'll be here live twice a week, and but listen, just start. Everyone you see on here, like, hey, oh my God, all these people that know the truth and all this stuff come on here every time. Thank you for coming. I love it. But they're happy because they've done this. You see what I'm saying? You need to do this right now. And then you'd be like them, happy and knowledgeable. I mean, oh my God, you're laughing because, the government's not getting over you anymore. You're getting over on it. Hooray. If you still love your government, I didn't say stop liking your government. I never said that. No, I never said that. If you love your government and you're making a ton of money, give them money at the end of the year because you love them. I didn't say stop giving money. Go ahead. Nothing's stopping you from tipping your government. They'll take it. Trust me. They'll take your money. So just don't make it so you're required to report money to them or give them money. Just make it so you're not required to do it. You see how much better your life is like that? I help you with that, okay? You're not required. No taxes. Yeah. Love all you guys that have your eyes open. And my girls. Oh, yeah, George. It's great. It's great. And get on that, George, get in that online forum, the classroom. please, at the school, all the experienced people in there and stuff, it's really great. People getting things done. Okay, all right. All right, if you need me, email or my team. We got some frontline crew to help you navigate, get your questions answered. I made a video on every single topic you could ever have a question for this trust, so that my frontline crew just send you a link about this or that. Okay, we have it. We have the proof. There's no concerns. Really, you should just go like you would go to a school. I want to know this. Click, make your purchase, get into the school, learn it, and this week you open up your tax-free trust, so you're happy. That's what I recommend you do. The people that do that and do it immediately are so happy. You'd be one of the testimonials. Hey, guess what? I did this. It works. Like everybody else that has ever come to our school ever. It's wonderful. All right. So thank you for coming. I'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. Set your little calendar thing in your phone or however you're doing that. And come back on. Give me your great thoughts and questions and so on. I really appreciate you doing this work. I'm going to be, listen, you experienced people. I'm splitting off my spiritual work over on Christian Ministries Trust. All the school proceeds now go over there, and I'm going to start a downline under the Great Commission. And this could be a true ministry where signs and symbols and miracles will be happening. I've already gotten approval on the spiritual hierarchy. It's already happened to me plenty of times, but I just haven't been approved to go out there and do it, to be that one. That's why I have to split off the spiritual stuff from the financial stuff, so that people, the truth, the full truth I can tell over under a church platform, you see. That's why I have to even move over there with some of this information. So, and everyone who for a decade has been like, I love this guy, I want to do his work. Well, guess what? I'm going to make it so you can do my work. All you people with experience. Oh, yeah. And it's the spiritual work. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do all of it. The other team is, yeah, bad news time. It's like, ding, time to start losing. Every fight. Ding, it's the bell. A decade of losing coming up. Okay. No, it's going to be wonderful, and I already got approval. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's all of us. It's going to be great, and Jesus already set this up, so we're good. Serge, hey, McKay, I love it. Hey, McKay, yeah, right. Can we work on a deal with the pricing considering my previous purchase? Yes, and email us about that. Any previous people that are like, hey, I want to get into blah, 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 we do that. And it usually involves a testimonial, right? You give us a testimonial. Don't tell us anything that didn't happen. Just tell us what happened, your experience. That's all we're asking for. And then that thing you wanted to do. Because we realize here at the school, the only way that someone could come along and be like, is this real? Is if they just see dozens and dozens and dozens of testimonials, and always current ones. Like, it's always working, it's still working now, it's always working, If we give that to people, which is just your outcome, you see, then we're able to really help people. And so we really want to help you by giving us that testimonial. And only say what happened to you. Just email us and say, hey, I want to do a testimonial because I want to do blah, blah, blah. And we'll be like, we'll make it happen for you. And thank you for the testimonial. Just give us a testimonial. Say only what happened to you. That's all. And we send you a little email about how to make a testimonial. Don't make it too long. It's just, we just need a couple things. Mention the name of the school. Just the basics. And then the rest of it is just say what happened. That's all, And we just remind you, like, hey, say the school name, because you say Liberty Gate Academy, just the, minor little helpful things. So it's a useful testimonial. And then we want to be super useful to you and be like, what do you need? What course? What's up? What do you need? Let us help you. Okay. So that's the way to do that. So just good question. Okay. Love to help out our previous students. Of course. Yes. We left it kind of open so you could just write it, hey, I need some help with this. Because everyone's situation is different. I have these courses, I need this, or blah, blah, whatever, right? We want to be flexible and help you. Help everyone. Okay? Good question. Thank you for asking that. I really appreciate that. Surgeons, my guess is just email it. Yes, correct, George. Connie, where do we get these details about the commission to be involved? I It will be coming. Okay, I want to do it right, and I'm gonna build it correctly. So give me a couple months to do it properly. Okay, I've already set aside the time, per week and so on. But I need a few months to build it properly. I've got authorization, so now I need to do it. Okay, and I want to do it right, so there's no questions or nothing like that. So I will absolutely have that. Okay, for you. All right. Yeah, AJ Baba. Yes, Dee Dee. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Dee Dee. You read my mind. I've been having questions about that. Thanks. No, exactly. No, I'm really looking forward to that, because there's certain people that are at the end of their road. Let's just face it, right? Like, you're like, okay, this is the truth. This is what's going on. I have this trust. I'm kind of maxed it out over here on the financial thing. I'm like, okay. And then you're sitting there every day like, my God, this is the truth. This is what really is going on. How do I engage in this situation and make a true difference? You see, because your eyes have been 100% open to the truth. They're not closed anymore. They're like, oh my God, like you're like, I know, you did not sure if you want to know it all, but you do now. You've processed it, and because you came to this work, you have you have goodness at your heart. Obviously, you did sell your soul. Obviously, if you come to this work, you were asked to sell your soul in some way, manner, or form. I know it. I know you were too. But then it's like, once you go through that whole situation, you're like, how do I, this can't stand. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not. You get to a point where you just won't have this as the only possibility of a reality. No, it's the one they've been giving us, but no, there's another possibility for reality. And I will be sharing that with everyone. Because yes, he come with a sword, he said. Look at the beginning of the New Testament. It said, I come with a sword to divide families and divide everyone up. You over there, you want the world and stuff over there. You want to get out of your cage, and you want the truth. Come on over here. You see. So we need to do that. We need to chop it up, right? We need to slice it down the middle and say, okay, you people over there, or whatever you are, and people over here. You other idiots that make a bad choice, just head on over there. We don't want to be hanging out with you no more. Yeah, don't got time for none of that. So, yes, we'll be looking for that. And, they kind of keep forcing me forward with this information and knowledge, which is, it's okay. I have it all now. So now they're kind of forcing me into acting upon the information that I have and make it available for everyone to act upon it. You see, because I didn't want to just go out there and be like, okay, watch me be the one, you get confused if I'm doing miracles in his name and delivering everybody and stuff, which I've done all that, right? You be confused. Oh, maybe that's the guy. I'm not the guy, right? Think of me as John the Baptist. I work for the guy, but I'm not the guy, right? I get the power from my faith. Is even a little too little word for me. Faith is just like there's some, or belief is like there's something in between there, like that somehow you may turn back, or there was some emotional movement which can be undone. Now I know I will never unknow. It's not possible to unmeet with the devil. It's like, oh, that was not cool. But I guess it sort of was, because I know the truth now. So yeah, got to do something about it. You see, and while everyone doesn't have the financial expertise I have to help everyone in all the difficult circumstances, and stuff like that, all the people that have done this work have the spiritual knowledge. You see, because you got it through this work and you have this spiritual experience. So now you need to step into, okay, what are the tactics for solving this and helping others? You see, that's what I want to put on that, okay? Dee Dee. Yes, the Texas Bank Commissioner has definitely hardly anything about family members in a trust. Yeah. Has defined hardly anything. Defined, my bad. Yeah. The state has 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 not favored the rules of this and made it easy. Now Christian Ministries, please. Yeah. Commission of Christ. I love it, right? So yeah, no, it's scripted that some dude will come along and some dancer will say, chop off his head, right? They try to treat family members like state nonprofit members, right? Exactly. You know, John the Baptist got his head cut off, I read today, by a dancer. I go to the drum circle 3 times a week, and the dancers are having the biggest problem. They have the drummers and dancers. They're all lawsuits and fights and stuff. It's unbelievable what's going on there. I can't even one that goes praise for their, difficulties and so on, to change their ways. Wow, I can't even. I can't even. It's really like take this mainstream, get some other people involved here, the people that know the truth and their prayers are real and have real outcomes. Certain technologies, a certain framework, a certain platform will allow you to have a much greater impact. I can feel your desire. Many people, his desire is to have an impact on the other team and back them up and make a change and help people like I do. So a little, I'm still going to do all this financial work. It works great. In fact, it works, so I'm able to discount the pricing. And, with this online forum, I'm able to, have a little bit of time now every week to help on this spiritual mission and to create a group of us to make this change, which is going to happen. There's no point in me doing this by myself. I don't want to do that anymore. We have to do this. I want to get as many souls to the truth and, empowered, really, so that the other team doesn't have power over you. The police don't have power over you. The TV doesn't have power over you. And so that ends, and then you can start healing and helping people. That's what, we need to do. The commission is there, and we need to do it. So the financial stuff is all going to stay. It's going to be, problem free. Can you imagine? I mean, knock on, not knock on wood. Thank God, that my work has been flawless for a decade. Can you imagine? I can't think of anyone else's work who has been. I don't, thank myself. I'm working for God. So thank you for that I'm able to sort of split this over here into a school, and with my great team, make sure that all your success is met, but at a more affordable rate and less needy of us. You see? This is successful. We've been doing this for such a long time now. We've gotten good at it. I've gotten good at helping you. And so we're like, we can discount it a little bit. And that allows me to have this time to help put everyone in a spiritual position to make this change that is happening. You think the end times are happening? I know the date. Oh yeah, let's make them happen. Let's make them happen so that, you people that are not into the truth and not into, God and stuff, you just head on over there. You can't touch me anymore. Just head on over there and do your thing, and we'll just wait till Judgment Day, and then we'll, have it. I'm trying to tell you. We can only tell them and show them. Until then, let's just not be one of them. Yeah. So, yeah. I will be letting everyone know about that, okay? Tara White. I'm still new in my business. Will still qualify. Yes. No, it's about the work you do. Taryn White. That's a good question, Taryn. Getting your business funded is about, well, first you got to open your trust account, right? And then that's going to be your account for your business, right? And then you get your payment gateway to match, PayPal, whatever you use. That's all in the trust. Okay, that's easy. Now your business is tax-free, reporting-free. Boom, done. Yeah. Okay, main thing accomplished, okay? So that's that part. Now, you talk about getting funding, that's credit, right? Business Finance 101. That's that course, okay? And that teaches you how to build credit for the trust. So, and that is how to build credit for the trust is how fast it happens, is how much work you put in to build your credit profile for your trust. How many creditors you get, all that stuff. It's just how much work you do. I did put in a lot of work. I show my proof. Go look. Christian Ministries Trust has a credit profile, deep one. 15 accounts or something like that, or whatever. So I just did a really deep account so that people, hey, look at all the proof. You can do this. So it's really about how much. It's not about how new your business is, Taryn. It's about how much time and energy you put in to build the credit profile. So the more input you have, the more work you put in, the faster you build that credit profile. That's it. That's how to do it because, it's a step-by-step thing. Okay, first step, hey, the credit profile started from doing these things. Great. Now, okay, it reported. So I have a credit profile for the trust. Then you get these accounts next. They got to report, right? Then you get these accounts. Then they got to report and so on. So it's a step-by-step. You put in a little time every month. I really put in a little time every week, basically. And then, each month the reporting happens and the credit profile grows over time. Okay. And that's all taught in the coursework of Business Finance 101. But the first step, open your trust. Then, step 2, build the credit profile to get your funding. Great question. And that's why I recommend really to get this discount. People are like, oh, I don't know if I need that. I'm telling you, it all works together, okay? And don't be out any information. I mean, the trust is $9.97 on its own, so get all the other coursework and information, just for the price of the trust. I mean, it's ridiculous what a discount this is. A decade of work of proof that no one else has, and you're able to just jump in this, open up your trust in the same week, and then take advantage of all this free stuff, So the Business Finance 101, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you open up your trust, but then you get the Business Finance 101, okay? That's $9.97 normally. So get the discount because the trust is $9.97, the Business Finance is $9.97. That's $19.97 right there, okay, or $19.94. So, but then you get all the rest of this. So you follow me? All the other courses that we have, everything. And an advising session. My time does come with this. I still put in one of my advising sessions. You need me, you get me. Okay? Half hour of my consult time or on Zoom. Anything, what's on your mind? Okay? So it's really it's a huge deal. Okay? So that's a great question, Tara. Thank you. Dee Dee, they try to treat family members like state nonprofit members, and that has room for change. Let's go. Exactly. Let's go. I knelt at his feet, and the answer is yes. So, it's a go. It's a go. Tara, no problem. I love this stuff. Let me tell you how sucky it was. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're an accountant." You're just evil. I help people pay taxes. It's like, you're like a tax collector. You're like accountant. You're just freaking evil. It's like, yeah, but I'm not. So it's like, how do you get out of all this stuff? That's all. That's the only thing I figured out as an accountant. I literally never helped a client do taxes. Literally, I never helped them do that. Not one time. I've only taught people as an accountant how to get out of taxes. Can you imagine? No. So, hey, there's one good accountant, right? Isn't it funny? I love this. I love being able to really deliver this information to people that really radically changes your life because your life's so much easier immediately. Like the day you open your trust, you're like, this is real. And then year after year after year after year, you're like, wow, this is, it's always good. There's never anything negative happens to any students or clients of mine ever. It's only improvement. Hey, guess what other thing I figured out you could do with this trust, which I just hacked? It's like, All right, so I've been going on. It's Monday at noon, right? And we got the business crash course. Look for me And Thursday at 7 p.m. for the Trust Crash course. We go over the list of free stuff you get with the Trust, okay? Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. All the longtime people here and your support. We're about to get into it here, okay? For real. For real. So way to lay that foundation, because we're about to use that foundation to project forward and to change things for real and radically. Sharon, how long is the sale going on? I don't have an end time to the sale. I've been following you for years, believe I'm ready. Jump in. There's never going to be a better time. I don't know what radical changes they're going to make the price of eggs and gasoline and I'm not the one running that script. Okay, you see it. I got a team to pay and so on like that. I have to keep what is here at the school because it functions flawlessly for all our students. So we've kind of gotten down to just what we need, and we can't go for less. So obviously they're only devaluing the currency, so prices of everything has to go up. I don't want to say that, but it's not on me. I'm going to keep it at this affordable rate as long as I can. And there is payments you could do when you go to checkout, so why not do it now? But, start getting money in every month. Get in the mentor programs, get your free stuff, and be like, okay, you got money back every month, so you can make those couple payments so you're done. But yeah, jump in, Tara. Happy to help, okay? And it's affordable. You get everything. All the courses are built. Everything's done. Yay. So thank you, everyone, for being here today. I'm about to pop out, and I will see you Thursday at 7 p.m., all right? Thank you for coming.